The content of this podcast is provided for general informational purposes only and is not intended as, nor should it be considered a substitute for professional medical advice. Welcome to Itchy and Bitchy, a podcast that addresses health questions that are often asked and not always answered. I try to talk to you about problems, questions, concerns that I hear frequently from many patients because I figure if they're having an issue with it, that you might also be having some concerns about those problems. So today I want to talk to you about memory problems and ways to improve your memory. I hear this complaint frequently that people think they're getting dementia or really severe memory problems. And I really hear it, especially amongst perimenopausal and menopausal women, because our memory's just not quite as sharp as it used to be. And so we just assume that we're on the road to dementia. And most of the time, that is not the case. So there are ways to improve your memory and sharpen your memory, help your brain health. And I think we need to be more conscious about what we can do to improve how our brain works for us. So I want to start by talking about how to challenge your brain so that it gets better. One is to get mental stimulation. You know, we sort of get in a rut. We do the same things over and over and over again. We have the same habits. We get into big routines. And I think the older we get, the more routine our days become, and we just don't challenge our brain. So through research with mice and humans, scientists have found many brainy activities will stimulate new connections between nerve cells and may even help the brain even generate new cells. So we're trying to develop what we call neuroplasticity. So getting that brain supple and functional and have a reserve that really can help us with preventing future cell loss. And any mentally stimulating activity should help build your brain. So, you know, we think about going to the gym and working our body, but we don't think about doing the same thing for our brain. So there are so many different things that you can do to have this challenge for your brain. One is to think about getting a jigsaw puzzle. Do a jigsaw puzzle. And I know a lot of people did do jigsaw puzzles during COVID because you couldn't buy one. You couldn't find one anywhere. So I know people are out there doing jigsaw puzzles, which is great because jigsaw puzzles are challenging because you're taking little pictures, little pieces, and trying to put it into the big picture. And that is a really great way to challenge your brain. We're looking at a little picture fitting into a larger picture. The other thing you can do is play card games. And, you know, I think we watch so much TV that we don't sit around with the family and play a card game, play bridge or cribbage. My husband and I used to play cribbage almost every night. We haven't done that in a long time, and we need to get back to it. But it's a great game to challenge your thinking. So there are other games. I mean, you can do poker, you can do gin rummy, hearts, crazy eights, whatever. Just play a card game once a night. It doesn't take long. Sit down after dinner, play a card game. The other thing is work on building your vocabulary. So we want our brain to be learning new things all the time. So if you hear a word is unfamiliar to you, jot it down. Or if you're reading a book and there's a word that is new to you, jot it down and challenge yourself by saying, I'm going to say that word 5 times tomorrow. And so you start using it, get it into your vocabulary, and get it into your brain, because your brain needs that challenge. Another thing that can really challenge how you think is to dance. Dancing really increases your brain's processing speed and memory. So try salsa, try tap dancing. I swear when I retire, I'm going to find a tap dancing class and learn to tap. I just think that sounds fun to me. But you could do Zumba or jazzercise if you like to do more exercise type dancing. You can take ballroom dancing or swing dancing, take classes like that, do line dancing with friends. Just get your body moving to music, because those things together, movement, music, learning steps that are new to you, that all those things really make your brain work. Try using all of your senses. So now some of us are unfortunate and don't have some of our senses. If we have hearing or sight deficits, for instance, but any activity that will help you focus on smelling, touching, tasting, seeing, and hearing all at the same time can really help with neuroplasticity. So baking a cake or bread, or going to a new restaurant and trying new foods, those kinds of things that bring out or make us use all our senses to experience it are so important. Learning a new skill is fun, but it also can really strengthen your brain connections. So I'm talking about really challenging yourself, like learn how to fix a car. That would be a really big challenge for me, but learn how to do a software program or use a particular software program. I'm not saying you have to design it, although that would be a good challenge too. Ride a horse, learn how to ride a bike if you don't know how to ride a bike. And there's a study in 2014 that shows that learning any new skill can really help improve memory function, especially in older adults. So think about something that you think would be really difficult, and rather than avoiding it, do it. Just do it. And then once you've done a new skill, it's even better for your brain if you teach somebody that skill. So you've just learned it, and in order to reinforce the learning of that skill, you can teach someone else to do that skill. Music, as I was saying earlier, that the dancing with and moving to music is so important to brain function. Listening or playing music is also very challenging. I am telling my patients all the time, learn to play an instrument. You may have never ever picked up a guitar, never sat at a piano, never played a recorder, but pick it up, learn it. I know it's hard, I know we avoid things that are hard, but it's so good for your brain. So challenge it, make it work hard. Pick an instrument that you think, I don't think I could ever play that, whatever it is, and learn how to play it. There are plenty of teachers around who would be happy to teach adult students, new students of an instrument. My sister's a professional cellist, and she has adult students, and it's fun for the teacher, it's fun for you. So think about it. Think about doing something really challenging like that. Also, just listening to music can help your brain. So they actually have studies showing that your brain functions better stays more capable of learning new skills if when you're working on something or sitting and reading, if you have music on rather than sitting in silence. So just having it in the background while you're doing other tasks will help your brain. Now, talk about getting stuck in a rut. You know how when you drive to work or drive to someplace you go every day, taking your kids to school, whatever it is. I know I've experienced this, and I assume probably most other people have too, that when you're driving and you get there and you think, I hardly even remember driving here, because, our brain's thinking about other things and we're just sort of doing it by habit. We know exactly the route. Challenge yourself and take a different route somewhere, wherever you go, that you go frequently. Try a different route. That makes your brain work. Meditation is also a really good way to help your brain. It just slows down your body, slows your breathing, reduces stress and anxiety. But it also helps your brain's ability to process information. So just find a quiet spot, close your eyes, and spend 5 minutes meditating each day, and your brain will process things better. This is one I recommend to people all the time, is to learn a new language. And I know as an adult that is trickier than trying to learn it when you're under 5 years old, which is a lot easier, obviously. But it really we have studies that really show that bilingualism can contribute to better memory. It improves your visual spatial skills and creates higher levels of creativity. So the thing about being bilingual too is it helps you switch from one task to another, and it really delays age-related mental decline. And it's never too late to learn a language. I know it feels difficult, but it's good that it's difficult. And the really good news is that it's never too late to get the benefits of learning a new language. According to researchers, you can boost your memory and improve mental functions by becoming a student of a new language at any time in your life. Doesn't matter the age. Another thing you can do is take up Tai Chi. And Tai Chi provides a lot of health benefits besides helping your mental health. A 2013 study showed that long-term Tai Chi practice could induce structural changes in the brain. Structural changes. And it results in increased brain volume. So part of the reason it does that is that you reduce stress, you improve your sleep, and all that causes an improvement in memory. And if you are new to Tai Chi, make sure to take a beginner's class and just learn all the moves. And then you can do Tai Chi just about anywhere. Go out to the park and do Tai Chi. Another thing that we can do that we're not so great at is focusing on another person. So, when people ask you to describe somebody, if say you saw a crime and the police asked you to describe the perpetrator, a lot of people aren't able to do that because we just don't commit those things to memory. So when you're with someone sometime, notice what they're wearing, what kind of glasses they have, what their hair is like, and make a mental note of all those things. And later in the day, try to see how much of that you can remember. So try to commit things to memory. And you can do that with names too. So when you're talking to someone, it does help. I mean, there's a trick I use, and I know many people use, is to repeat the name over again during a conversation with the person, and then later think back, what does that person look like? What is that person's name? And really work to commit things to memory. I think that part of our problem is we're always multitasking. We're always trying to do so many things at once, and we don't really listen carefully to one another. And if you don't listen carefully or pay attention carefully to what you're doing, it's very difficult to commit those things to memory. You have to have some focus there. I know when I come home and I don't look at my personal email till I come home at the end of a long day, and my husband's talking to me and I'm trying to do email, and I know I'm half listening, so I always try to say, let me just finish my email, let me just finish this, and then I want to hear what you have to say. He would probably say that I don't do that enough, but I do try to do that so that I can really focus and commit to memory what he's telling me. Although he does tell me all the time that I don't remember stuff because I don't listen, but I try my best. I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be back with more recommendations on how to boost your brain health. On this episode and many other episodes, I talk about eating a clean and healthy diet to improve your overall health. One way that I can make this happen in my life is by using Green Chef. Green Chef is the first USDA-certified organic meal kit company. You can enjoy clean ingredients that are in season, so they are always at their peak of freshness. If you want to make a great meal and save time doing it, Green Chef meal kits are pre-measured, perfectly portioned, and mostly prepped. Green Chef makes eating well easy and affordable with plans to fit every lifestyle. They have so many recipe choices, and you are sure to find a plan that works for you because they offer keto, paleo, vegan, and vegetarian meal kits. As a matter of fact, Green Chef is the first ever keto meal kit on the market, with recipes averaging only 14 net carbs each. It makes sticking to a low-carb lifestyle easy. What is next up on the weekly menu at our household? It is spicy harissa chicken with cauliflower couscous. I'm always learning something new from Green Chef recipes. I didn't know anything about harissa, which is a Tunisian hot pepper paste. I cannot wait to try it. Also, if you are not all about the meat, you can be assured that you will get all the nutrients you need from Green Chef's vegan and vegetarian meals because their recipes are high in plant proteins and rich in omega-3s. Go to greenchef.com/itchy100 and use code itchy100 to get $100 off, including free shipping. Go to greenchef.com/itchy100 and use code itchy100 to get $100 off, including free shipping. Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating well. Ladies, I think most of us, if not all of us, have gone through the frustration of trying to find the perfect bra. Third Love uses the measurements of millions of women to design bras with all-day comfort and support that range in cup size AA to I, including half cups, and band sizes from 30 to 48. Every Third Love bra is made with memory foam cups, no-slip straps, and a scratch-free band. Yes, these are great bras, but the really amazing thing that Third Love gives you is a fitting room quiz. I think most women have difficulty choosing the bra that truly fits them because we're often not exactly sure how it should fit. Their quiz is super easy and fun that focuses on size, breast shape, current fit issues, and your personal style. By completing this quiz, Third Love can give you the bra and underwear that are perfect for you. While you're taking the quiz, there are fit stylists available to answer any questions that come up. Between the quiz and the expert stylist, you never have to leave your home to find your perfect bra. From loungewear and wireless styles to their #1 rated 24/7 classic t-shirt bra, they're creating the ultimate shopping experience. What is new at Third Love? Well, premium cotton fabrics available in drapey, easy fit knits, in 100% cotton French terry, and in woven styles. These all come in sizes extra small to 3X, all in the quality and fit you expect from Third Love. They have loungewear that's made to wear everywhere, from lazy Sundays on the couch to weekend outings. You deserve a bra that is not only comfortable but high in quality, and if you don't love it, exchanges and returns are free. For me, one of the things that just absolutely seals the deal with Third Love is the fact that they're committed to giving back. They donate all of their gently used returned bras to women in need, supporting charities in their local San Francisco Bay Area and across the United States. So far, Third Love has donated over $40 million worth of bras. Third Love knows your one true fit is out there, so right now, they are offering my listeners 20% off your first order. Go to thirdlove.com/itchy now to find your perfect fitting bra and get 20% off your first order. That's thirdlove.com/itchy for 20% off today. Welcome back. So we're going to talk about some other things that you can do to boost your brain health. And the first one I want to talk about is exercise. I know I say this over and over and over and over again, but it always comes back to diet and exercise, doesn't it? But exercise actually increases the number of the tiny blood vessels that bring oxygen-rich blood to your brain cells. So all those little teeny tiny vessels, those are the ones that get clogged up with plaque, and as a result, they don't feed oxygen to the brain cells as well, and we lose those brain cells. So exercise will help keep those vessels healthy, and it stimulates the production of new nerve cells. And it also increases the synapse, the connection between the cells. So that's all sort of on the micro level, but on the macro level, it lowers blood pressure, it improves your cholesterol, it helps with blood sugar balance, and reduces mental stress. And all of those things, elevated blood sugar, abnormal blood sugar levels, abnormal cholesterol levels, increased stress levels, high blood pressure levels, all those things are very detrimental to your brain cells. So doing exercise on a regular basis can not only help your mood and help you stay fit, but it will help your brain. And there are multiple studies that show that people who are physically active are less likely to experience a decline in their mental function, and they have lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. We know this in studies. So you want to aim to be exercising for 30 to 60 minutes at a time, several times a week. I tell my patients, start with a goal of getting 150 minutes a week of exercise. That would be the minimum, so that you can really be helping those blood vessels, helping those brain cells generate, and you'll feel better. So, of course, we're going to say improve your diet. Yes, improve your diet. So, a mostly plant-based diet can really help your mind as well as your body. For example, a Mediterranean diet, I'm sure many of you know the Mediterranean diet. It emphasizes fruits, vegetables, fish, nuts, unsaturated oils like olive oil and avocado, and plant sources of proteins. That kind of diet is really less likely to cause you to develop cognitive impairment. So driving through McDonald's drive-through ain't going to cut it. You're going to end up with a bunch of plaque in your brain. So in order to avoid that, again, a diet emphasizing fruits, vegetable, fish, nuts, unsaturated oils, and plant source proteins can help your brain. Also, keep your blood pressure as low as possible. People with high blood pressure, especially during midlife, really increases your risk of cognitive decline at an older age. So you really want to use lifestyle modification to keep your blood pressure as low as possible. Stay lean and fit, exercise regularly, limit alcohol to two drinks a day is the limit to help with your blood pressure, and reduce stress, and again, eat that healthy diet. All those things will help you keep your blood pressure down and help that beautiful mind of yours. Again, I mentioned blood sugar earlier. Diabetes is a really important risk factor for dementia. And they've talked about changing the name of Alzheimer's to type 3 diabetes, because so much of the problem with dementia is poor blood sugar metabolism at the brain. So again, I'm sounding like a broken record. I'm sorry, but it's about eating right, exercising regularly, and if those things don't keep your blood sugar under control, then you're going to need a medication to keep your blood sugar down. I know so many people really resist starting a medication, but the longer you delay that, if you're not able to get your blood sugar down through lifestyle changes only, the longer you delay that, the harder it is on your brain. And so think about that when you're resistant to medication. We just want to get your blood sugar down because it's so hard on your brain. The other thing is to improve your cholesterol. As I said earlier, those little tiny vessels that are in your brain that feed your little brain cells, bringing oxygen to your brain cells, those things get all clogged up with cholesterol if you're eating a high-fat diet, high animal fat diet, because it will raise your LDL, not your HDL. Sorry, that's your good cholesterol. Your LDL, which is your bad cholesterol. And if you have high LDL, again, you're going to gunk up those little tiny arteries, and there's already not very much room for blood to go through there, and then you junk it up with cholesterol, then you're going to have an increased risk for dementia. So think about that when you're ordering that super size of French fries. It may give you some immediate satisfaction and comfort with that high-fat comfort food, but the long-term consequences are pretty grim. Good sleep habits also play an important role in your brain health. There are some theories that sleep actually helps clear the abnormal proteins in your brain and helps you consolidate your memories, and it boosts your overall memory. It is important to try to get 7 to 8 hours of consecutive sleep per night, and I'm telling you that, and I'm going to tell you right now that Karen does not get 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. So I'm speaking to myself as well, but we don't want to sleep in 2 or 3 hour increments or fragments. So 7 to 8 hours of consecutive sleep really helps you store your memories and give you time to consolidate your memories. So something like sleep apnea can be really harmful to brain health, and that's why a lot of people who have sleep apnea really sort of struggle with foggy brain, foggy thinking. So if you have signs or symptoms of sleep apnea, if your partner or your child or everybody hears you snoring and gasping for air in the middle of the night, you really need to get a sleep study and get that addressed, because it is so hard on your brain, because you're deoxygenating your brain every time you gasp and stop breathing. So talk to your healthcare provider if you or your family member thinks that you might have sleep apnea. The other thing to consider, and again, this is in consultation with your healthcare provider, is to consider a low-dose aspirin. Again, we're talking about those little tiny vessels in your brain, trying to get some oxygen to those brain cells so you can think. And aspirin makes the platelets slicker, less sticky, so those little red blood cells can get into those little tiny spaces a little easier. So find out if you're a candidate for a low-dose aspirin and consider adding that to help with those little blood vessels you have in your brain. Also, you want to avoid tobacco altogether. Just tobacco, nicotine, vaping. It's just terrible for your blood vessels and terrible for your brain. Again, excessive drinking is also hard on your brain function and is a major, major risk factor for dementia. Again, limit yourself to 2 drinks a day if you choose to drink alcohol. Really care for your emotions and your moods. So anytime people are depressed or anxious or exhausted or sleep deprived, that is a real stressor on your cognition. And so if you have depression, anxiety, and you're resisting treatment for that, think about the long-term effects of your brain health if you're not getting that treated. So your mood, your anxiety, your depression all play a factor in memory. So you want to get that treated, however that is, through therapy, through medication, through exercise, through meditation, but address it. The other thing is protect your head. I know this seems obvious. Protect your head. Because if you bang your head on something, if you injure your head, you're going to have a much higher risk for developing memory loss and dementia. So wear a helmet when you're biking, wear a helmet on a motorcycle, wear a helmet when you're skateboarding or on a scooter. I see these people in downtown Knoxville on these rentable scooters, just zooming around on the street, no helmet. It makes me shake just seeing it, because you just want to protect your head. Well, we've seen with football players, and the injuries that they can have long-term to their mental well-being from trauma after trauma to their head. So protect your noggin. I just wanted to wrap this up by giving you some information about brain supplements, or supplements that would might benefit your brain health. Unfortunately, there are very few studies on supplements and their effects on brain health. And because of this, most medical organizations recommend getting these nutrients from your food in your diet versus supplements. However, there are some supplements that are thought to help with your brain health, including omega-3 fatty acids. So a good fish oil or krill oil. One really good product that I recommend to my patients all the time is Nordic Naturals Ultimate Omega, and it's a high potency omega-3 omega-3 fatty acid that can be a clean source of omega-3s to help your brain. B vitamins are also known to help with our neurologic health. So especially B vitamins that are methylated, and I've talked about the whole methylation cycle of B vitamins on previous podcasts, but you want to do a B vitamin that's methylated like L-methylfolate or methyl B12. Vitamin E has also been shown to help with our brain function and reduce memory loss. Typically, we do 400 IUs daily of vitamin E. Ginkgo biloba also has been shown to help with your brain function. I do want to remind people that it can increase bleeding time. So if you are on a medication that is an anticoagulant that increases your bleeding time, that you really want to be careful and do this in consultation with a medical provider, because ginkgo biloba and basically any herb that starts with the letter G, ginseng, garlic, ginkgo biloba, all those can actually increase bleeding time. N-acetylcysteine, usually abbreviated NAC, N as in Nancy, AC, can really help with brain function because it helps regulate glutamate levels and replenishes glutathione. And glutathione is our most powerful antioxidant. So boosting that level may benefit those with brain and memory ailments. Another supplement is phosphatidylserine, and I've talked about this on previous episodes, this particular supplement. Phosphatidylserine, often abbreviated P as in Peter, S as in Sam, abbreviated thusly because you don't want to spell it, you don't want to say it, so phosphatidylserine, PS. That particular amino acid is required for healthy nerve cell membranes and myelin. Myelin is the sheath that's around the nerve cells. There are studies showing improvement in brain function in people with age-related memory loss and Alzheimer's disease using phosphatidylserine. So we actually do have some studies on that particular supplement. And I usually dose that 100 to 200 milligrams per day. I usually have people dose it at bedtime because it also can help lower cortisol levels, so it can help with sleep. Okay, so I challenge you to remember all these tips to help your memory, and I hope they will be helpful to you. I know I get asked this question many times on how to help improve your memory and to avoid memory loss. Even if you're only able to implement a few of these tips, your brain will be better for it. Today's episode was sponsored by Third Love and Green Chef. Many thanks to them. Remember to visit us on Facebook at I&B Podcast. Our website is itchyandbitchy.com. Forrest Wenzel is the producer of Itchy and Bitchy, and he composed our theme song. Thank you for listening, and remember that your health is in your hands. Talk to you next time.